Let's see. We want to save the cauliflower for... Let's see. Are these still growing? Yeah. We're going to save the cauliflower to turn into fabric. Because this makes sense. We might actually want to scale up our cauliflower fabrication. But this way I can actually make armor. Nope, that's not the armor. Here's the armor table. Okay, leather boots, brown trousers. What is the highest tier of equipment that we can make currently? Steel? Almost. Oh, no, we can't. We need at least one more yellow. Well, I can't even make scrap stuff. We might almost want to skip that tier. Well, let's make the shirt first. And... okay, so I've already got brown trousers. So we want to do shirt and boots. We might have to skip some tiers just to break our scrap requirements, though I think we'll be okay. What we need next is weapons. Heavy hammer? Oh, most of these are going to require scrap, aren't they? No. No, I can skip straight to crystal. Yes. Let's see if I have some wood sitting around. I do. Thank you. We get rid of. We don't need the electronics that, or honestly the item radar. Okay, yeah, let's just smelt everything. It's going more reasonably. Let's see, medium meal. Okay, so mushrooms are not good eats. They're okay, but still. Look at this game makes me think first power would be a steam generator with coal and water. Yeah, I feel like it would be kind of neat if you had to put together like a water wheel and some other stuff to actually get power going. This has kind of got a steampunk flavor visually, but the actual tech is just kind of whatever is convenient. It does look like as long as my power draw is pretty low, I can actually have this singular windmill cover quite a lot. So that's what we'll do. Boy, we're gonna get raided at some point. I'm not even gonna know it's coming. I know there's a raid indicator that I can get, so we might want to head that direction. Let's see. We'll definitely want a base teleporter. That might require something. We need platinum for that. Never mind. That can and will come at a much later date. Raid indicator. Current raid status. Well, we're missing the green crystals anyway. How effective is that windmill in IRL terms? For its size and for how fast it's spinning, the amount of power that windmill is somehow generating, you say that's not, but this singular windmill is keeping these batteries topped off and allowing me to smelt 5 bars of, like 5 ingots at a time. That's real good. It's allowing me to effectively do combustion without actual combustibles. I think that's, like, insanely good. And I mean, obviously, I don't fully know what I'm talking about just because I'm no expert in the field, but my assumption is that windmill is nuts. Especially at that speed. Like, to generate this amount of power, you'd have to have that thing just spinning super fast. Yeah, I think you can see the raid status on the outer rim of the building area, if I'm not wrong. Yeah, the big issue is just that it's such a big... like, such a big circle that... I'm gonna have to clear all the trees out. We'll make a crystal axe. Actually, can I just do that now? I can't. Even if I wanted to, I am too garbage to do this. So I guess we're just gonna have to make do with my trash for the time being. let's grab the plank. Build chest. Okay. So we're gonna put unused ore here, and then used ore at the end. I don't think we're gonna need more furnaces than this. I don't think we're gonna be handling that many resources. An induction furnace is surprisingly efficient, considering the power output. Let's see. But the windmill is still nuts. Yup. Like I said. Okay, we still have a tree seed. I'm just going to carry the mushrooms with me. We're going to be picking them up as we go along anyway. Wow, mushrooms are really not much for eats. Okay. Just plant all these seeds. Unfortunately, we're going to cap out on pumpkins pretty quick here. Carrot seeds, cauliflower seeds, more pumpkin seeds. Yeah, I wonder if there's a way to get rid of spares. Because I was under the impression that we'd have to use the seed maker to convert the completed... let's see. The completed food stuff over. Let's throw one of these in. But no, it actually seems like we get more seeds than we put in, which makes sense. That's kind of how plants are supposed to work. The problem with that is now I'm going to have a surplus of seeds that I don't know what to do with. Oh well, we'll probably just have a spare chest or something. What does the seed maker do if you get a net gain on seeds? I think it's so you can get the initial boost of seeds. Say you only find, like, one seed. It's going to take a while before you get up there. But I started with a shit ton of pumpkins and a shit ton of pumpkin seeds, and, well... Your base will be attacked soon. Oh. That'd do it. Okay. Let me see. Do I even have enough weapons? I do. Actually, I have a lot of weapons. Not a lot of tools, which is kind of my big issue. Alright, let's figure out which side they're coming from. Now it's yellow, right? That determines which side they're coming from? Huh. Okay. Okay. If I got a 3-minute warning, we're kind of running low on wood. Grab the food for a second. Go here. Plank. 11 plank. Build. Okay. That's really not going to help me too much. If anything, maybe I should have even defended this section. Well, hopefully I only get attacked by a couple. Be pretty bad if they just run rampant. Look, I got bad memories of Scrap Mechanic and 7 Days to Die. Okay. Huh. What if I could convince the Wholesome Verse to do 7 Days to Die with me? I know Vac would be in. Mainly from the perspective of every day can be configured to about an hour. So we'd just do one in-game day per week for a while. Save before they come. That is a good plan. Let's see, where's my shield? It's apparently just kind of an automatic thing. That I guess I just have it equipped always. There's no higher tier of, let's see, no higher tier of resource. Okay, it's a large meal, no matter what. That's good. As long as I'm mixing ingredients and not using mushrooms. Alright, foes, come at me! Don't hit my generators. I guess I should probably protect the generators above all else. Oh. I guess I can see them on the mini-map. So it's not a big deal. How dare you! Wow, that's really annoying, actually. Is that it? Are we good? Yeah, it looks like that was it. Let's see. I'll just eat a large meal. Let's see, is there anything else to dump off? A little bit of electronics. We did get a bunch of scrap, but I gotta remake this chest. Luckily, I don't lose anything. It looks like they just kind of undo it. Oh, at B. There we go. Okay, chest, move everything over. Yeah, there we go. That actually wasn't so bad. I was a little worried that was going to be kind of punishing, and the answer was could have been a lot worse. Okay. There. Anything else that I can get rid of from my inventory? Not overwhelmingly. Like maybe the lantern. So gonna grab these. We'll have to make a separate food chest area later, just so that everything doesn't become horribly just crammed full of pumpkins. Okay, we're good. I've got a ton of resources though. I'll carry 2 large meals with me. More than that starts becoming an issue. Alright, that should be good. So the question is, where do we go next? So I'm here. Got teleport active. It wants me to go up there. I guess let's go check out the camp first. And despite some of the clunky bits and the camera, I actually really do like this game in terms of like how it's presented. You know, it's very much a explore the world, grab resources, build up what you have. Let's see. There's kind of light RPG mechanics, but it's mostly just like you level up your crafting ability every single time you go exploring. You find a new book, you bring it back, and you just kind of use it to scale yourself up. It's basic, but it works well enough for what this game is. Kind of exploration, some other things. Okay, electro scrap, regular scrap. I'm getting bodied a little bit, though. I'm really gonna have to invest in some armor. But I need books to do it. Yeah, it slightly reminds me of How to Survive. I actually have never played the How to Survive games. I think I have both. I picked them up. kind of with the expectation of playing them, and then just kind of never got around to it. Ow. Okay, there's a camp to the left here. That's what I want to check out. Okay, got a skill book, got a defense potion. Okay, you. Well, on the plus side, we are getting a lot of the resources that we need. Inventory full? No. Cool. I'm not even honestly going to bother with mushrooms. Maybe I should have actually gone with the item detector. I guess I did get a mushroom there. Alright, whatever. Home. Who's home? My home now. I'm not actually probably going to stay here. Oxygen potion, another skill book. I don't think we actually skilled up in what we needed, but I'll take it, all the same. Whoa, hi! Okay. I'm going to die if I allow this to continue. Let's see. One review Red Dungeon reset. Yep. It's okay. At times it's great. At other times it's kind of like, eh. I think the biggest problem is, took some damage. Oh. I still have that shovel? Kind of them to market with an X and food. Not necessarily that jazzed about that, but you know what? I'll take it. Let's see. Grab that. I think I'm just gonna run home. Let's see. Dump off what I can. Try not to die. Oh, right. I could have just teleported to that. Now that I'm thinking about it. Let's see. I think it's one of those where the main character can sometimes be a little, not too conniving, a little too greedy in a weird way. I think it's also one of those that, often when I read, isekais or whatnot, there's always this kind of odd, obsession with food. And, having the food of, back home, and it's not necessarily bad, but it always feels just kind of weird. Where it's like, yeah, I'm sure I would definitely miss certain aspects of my own cooking, but it's always like, we need to figure out how to make some kind of weird soy sauce analog, and it's like, why not just something else? Oh, I gotta go get red herbs. Good to know. I have this problem in almost every isekai where it's just like, this is kind of strange. Oh. Holy shit, I got a lot of scrap. Maybe... Let's grab our iron. Now we can actually make some good tools. Oh, but I need wood. Which I think I turned into planks. Which I then turned into walls. You know what? Easy solution. I can just get these back. We'll make a proper wall later. I doubt everyone there likes rotten bean soup and the need for rice. It's like, I get it. I'm sure food is great. I mean, food is great. That's not even a question. It's just one of those where it's often just weirdly strange how much they're like, I've got to get back so I can have, I don't know. Imagine if you were reading a novel and you had a main character who's like, man, all this fantasy stuff is cool, but you know what I could really go for? Burger. And their entire character arc is just dedicated to burger as opposed to anything else. And it's like, huh. Most Japanese that travel overseas stay within a bubble of their organized tour, and they usually keep eating rice and such. It's very romanticized in their culture. Huh. Well, okay. I don't know. For me, if it's like, if I was transported to this other world and they have all sorts of food, like, obviously, if it's one of those where, like, they haven't figured out how to get salt properly yet, I'd probably figure that out, because salt is kind of important. But the obsession with, like, man, I gotta get a burger, like, now! And it's just like, yeah, but what do these people make? Do they make good food? No! Because it's not burger. And it's like, what? I'm sure they've got to have something good. No, it's not burger. And it's like, I don't know. Let's see, so Dr. Stone. I'd have to go back and keep reading Dr. Stone. I liked the idea of it, but it definitely was kind of this, like, it runs this kind of weird problem in so many cases. Can I... Maybe that's not red herb. I see the red flowers, but I guess they don't count. Oh, I bet they're marked on the map. Oh, and I can actually just absorb shrub. Good to know. Yeah, how to get salt. Find ocean. Boil ocean water. Exactly. I'm sure there would be more issues with it. Maybe. But that seems like an easy way to do it. Some isekai be like, step 1, survival. Step 2, rice. And it's like, I get it, but it just feels weird after a certain point that it almost stops being about the story or the isekai or anything like that, and it's very much just about turning the isekai back into Japan. Or just, like, weirdly ignoring all problems in favor of kind of celebrating the main character for reasons. There's a lot more than just table salt and ocean water. Yeah, that's what I was thinking about. Like, I'm not actually sure if this would be that convenient of a process. I got leeks now. You know what? Let's make some plank. Wait, no, we have planks in our inventory, yeah? Yeah. Let's make some chests. Just to put spare seeds over into. Just so I'm not bogged down with them. The Gourmet Adventure of Legendary Tamer is a good one. It's a good one, but it, like, I still have that disconnect where it's just like, this feels really strange. That the story is so obsessed with the idea of Korean or Japanese food that it almost kind of forgets the rest of the story. Like, I'd much rather read a story that is... what would be a good example? Give me Monster Hunter, but they're a chef. And they're not trying to make katsu pork out of a Great Jagia. They're trying to figure out, like, ways to make it good. Oh, duh. Not exactly in the same vein. Why did I even forget this? Dungeon Meshi. Yeah, Toriko. Toriko and Dungeon Meshi are the ways to do cooking good in isekai or fantasy stories. Where it's just like, yeah, there's a huge obsession with food over the course of the entire story, but it isn't a detractor to the story itself. Battle Chef Brigade is another one. Yeah, exactly. That you can have a food-obsessed story that doesn't have to be, you know, we just need to reinvent Japanese food in Fantasyland, because that's just... Like, what's even the point of going to Fantasyland? Just make it post-apocalyptic Japan and just have everybody obsessed with somehow getting rice again. And it's like, okay, this is our lot in life, I guess. Okay. So let's... I know we just made this armor, but we might as well just go nuts and grab as much as we can. I wish I could see how durable some of these are. Okay, so Crystal Club is... Yeah, all of the crystal tiers outside of my range. There's the knife, but I bet the knife breaks quick. So let's make a scrap pickaxe, a scrap axe, and 2 heavy hammers. And then go over here. That light is not my best choice. Okay, scrap helmet we cannot make. Actually, we can't make anything from this. Good to know. Alright, let's just send everything back. Okay, so now I'm just absolutely loaded in combat materials. The singular log over here. Okay. Move some of these over. Grab the tree seed, move the electronic scrap. So I got some canned food. There's also the oxygen potion. I don't know what to do with that. I haven't gotten to the point where I really need it. Okay, go here, drop off tree seed. Okay. Man, if there was an auto harvester, I would be a happy camper on this. Yeah, ah yes, Magic World. Well, who gives a crap about the world? I want my food and mine only. And everyone in the Magic World agrees that my food is better. Yeah, that's the thing. It's like, I want to see like an isekai where a character shows up and it's like, I'm going to make natto, and everybody else is just like, yeah, I mean, this is kind of okay, but it's kind of also gross. But also, have you tried like the deep-fried dragon steak? And the main character is just like, how dare you question my diet? And just, you know, proceeds to... I'm not going to say low-key starve, but just obsesses over this one thing. Oh, maybe it's not one-to-one. Yeah, maybe it's just total RNG on what kind of seeds you get, because I got a lot of cauliflower seeds there. Wait, what are these? What is this that I planted? Uh-oh. I wasn't paying attention. I just plunked stuff down. Oh, it's probably tomato and pumpkin. So I haven't put down the cauliflower yet. I also don't know where my bucket is. It's probably in the other thing. But like one of the biggest rules about improv is you don't say no. That no but is a really bad way to roleplay just because it's so boring. Let's see. And so what you want to do is just kind of go with the flow and kind of play along, because otherwise it just almost feels like weirdly contrary. Now, obviously, you can have stories where it's like you do kind of roll in with an interesting idea that, you know, your own perspective might afford. Knights and Magic is probably the closest example I could give, where it's like mechs already existed, but you have some kind of Gundam-obsessed main character that just rolls in and starts making better mechs. Like, I can work with that. That's cool. But it's like if there's like a mech-based society, the main character is like, you know what's dumb? Mechs. You know what's cool? Airplanes. I'm gonna make a bunch of Japanese airplanes. And it's just like, but... And then for some reason, because of story contrivances, it's just like, okay, so these are carrot seeds. Oh, these are more carrot seeds. Oh, so I planted a bunch of pumpkins, carrots, and cauliflowers. Oh, okay. So we didn't plant a whole lot of tomato. That's what I didn't do. Whatever. I got some space for it. I should probably do the leek seeds at some point, too. Let's see. Is the manga of that good? Watched the anime and liked it. Are we talking Knights and Magic? It was okay. I think it ran the risk of the main character being too super. I often run into that problem where it's like main character syndrome in Japanese and Korean media is kind of rough, where it's like here's the main character. They're amazing. Nobody else can hold a candle to them, and they're effectively the only thing that matters in the entire story. And it's just like, bleh. I like it when the ensemble cast actually matters, at least to some degree. Okay, so we are buried in carrots. Nope. Let's make some food while we wait for a bit. If I went to another world, I'd go to every restaurant they have there. Yeah, exactly. Grandson of the Great Sage was boring because the main character just managed to solve everything without a real challenge. Yep. It's like, there's ways to do that. But it has to be like One Punch Man. It has to be Sword King in a fantasy world. It's like, you can absolutely have a story with an OP main character, but you have to challenge them anyway, because a story without any challenge is boring. That, like, you can only have the hype moments so much before it just becomes dull and repetitive. Okay. Just fill up. Yeah, kind of like how I moved to the US and restaurant hop every week. Yep. I mean, not even beyond that, like, I moved from Kansas to Oregon and more or less spent the first X number of months living here, going to a new restaurant once or twice a week just to try something new and experience something else. Did the same thing in Croatia between, you know, buying different things to try and cook with myself, but also just to experience, yeah, what are the different, let's see, what are the different, like, local fairs that are really good, and finding the, like, really good hidden away restaurants all over the place. Like, that was so good! And, like, one of the things I'm really looking forward to once I can start going out and about again is I really want to, like, do a trip to Japan, for example. I'm not going to show up to Japan and eat burgers all the time. Oh, man, speaking of that, though. So, I did study abroad in Croatia. Just said this. I loved it. It was really fun. Base will be attacked soon. You rude shits. Let's see. I've got enough axes so we don't have to worry about this that much. So let us make endless plank. Okay, and this time around, let's clear out this area. And actually wall in my defensive structures just a bit. Or my power structures just a bit. Let's see. Anyway, so, while I was on study abroad, we get there, and they have just tons of different food. Like, absolute smorgasbord. So many things to experience, so many things to eat. And so, Shell and myself are just going around trying all these different restaurants. But we went there with a bunch of, hotel management students. That they were going there to learn hospitality. And, you know, that's cool. Problem is, they get there and they immediately find all of the American-esque restaurants, you know, burgers and fries, and only burgers and fries, and pizza. And not like Mediterranean-style pizza, but like American-style pizza. And so I had a conversation with one of them at one point where I was just like, yo, dude, why don't you, like, try eating at some of these other places? I just got the, like, deadest fisheye, like, what the hell are you talking about look. For just daring question why their diet consisted of mostly just dinosaur nuggets and dinosaur nuggets, burgers, and fries. Yeah, damn, what can they eat? Apparently their chosen diet forever was just going to be just really boring generic American food. And I was just like, how do you enjoy going anywhere? And the answer was they spent the whole trip drunk. So I guess that just was their modus operandi. And, like, I can only question it so much because, you know what, if you're that set in your ways, then so be it, I guess. But I definitely just found myself kind of disappointed and quickly lost interest in interacting with most of them. Because, yeah, all they wanted to do was get drunk for long periods of time and go nowhere. That's in your case, you'd stick with what you're familiar because allergies. But that's an excuse. Like, that's a good reason to stick with what you're familiar with, because you actually have a medical reason to not push your limits. Because if you do and you find something that might kill you, well, that wasn't worth it. Let's see. Wonder if you had read Restaurant in Another World. I think I have. I've read too many, and it's they're blurring in my head. It's why I talk so glowingly of the ones that really stand out, because it's so important to do so. F. Okay. I did not press the fight button. Man, having good weapons matters. Let's run for the farms, please. There we go. Now we're done. Okay, there they are. There are a couple ones. Just in terms of the, like, not going outside of the kind of predetermined bounds of your personal... I don't know. You have a severe gluten allergy, and it sucks because I love trying new foods, and a lot of food has gluten. And a surprising amount of food items contain gluten. Yeah, I've had a couple of friends that actually have to be gluten-free. And a couple of friends that just were gluten-free by choice. I know you don't need me to tell you this, but gluten-free, I know it became like the big fad kind of in the early 2010s, I think, to just have everything be gluten-free. But, boy, it's a lot easier to go gluten-free now than it was like X number of years ago.